365 Sports.
All right. Only one of these teams actually belong in a traditional Rose Bowl game.
Yep.
You know what I'm talking about?
I think so.
Because the Rose Bowl, traditionally, before they changed everything to be all the playoff everything, was what two conferences?
Was it the Big 10 and the Big 12?
It was the then Pac-10, then Pac-12.
Okay.
So the Pac-12 was kind of the host in the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, and then the Big 10 was kind of the visitor, even though the Big 10 a lot of times had more success. My dad went to the Rose Bowl when Purdue was there back in the Drew Brees days, and so it's in our family, this kind of thing.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Mm-hmm.
We get to see what we've talked about all season. What do we talk about?
Big 10 better than the SEC.
Here we go. I'm Kevin. This is my son Liam. We are the Unstable Blues. Happy to present 365 Sports Indiana as part of the 365 Sports Network.
Welcome back. Big 10 and SEC showdown. The most decorated program in college football history versus the losingest. This episode, we will go through what IU has to do to come out victorious against the almighty Alabama Crimson Tide. Here we go.
Yes, you can follow us on TikTok and Instagram at 365 Sports Indiana. And don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts.
Yep.
There's nothing else to talk about. We've divided up these episodes sometimes, but you know what? This is it. This is the game. Alabama, IU at the Rose Bowl. What are some keys to the game from your perspective?
You got to run the ball. Keep running the ball. We're going to take some from the Colts that we normally do. Mine is running the ball, and that has been a staple of IU football this week as well. Or not this week, this year, as well as the Colts. It comes down to, that training. Speaking of which, Hounds, healthy treats can help you train your puppies like we like at Country Mountain Dogs. Click the link in the description for more on that. But you have 3.5 weeks, which
could be good.
Was longer than Bama had.
Yep.
We'll see exactly, because last year all 4 of the teams lost.
Yep.
So hopefully that doesn't happen again. Although 16 teams may need to be adjusted.
Yeah, we've said if it does happen, it kind of dictates that it needs to be 16.
Yeah.
And everybody gets a home game first week. Yeah.
Yeah. So run the ball. Keep running the ball.
Yep. I'm also going to take my typical one and say protect the ball and take the ball. I think as we saw with Alabama versus Oklahoma, I'm going to reference that a little bit, quite a few times here, but the ball protection is going to be so important. The ball dictates the game. And so if you give up the ball, you gave up the game. But if you can take the ball, you can take the game. And that is the basis of why I think this element is so vitally important to the game of football in general, but especially this game with these stakes.
Yeah. I think another one is that I've talked about all year with IU is spread the ball around as well.
Right.
Well, EJ Williams is good.
Yeah.
Omar Cooper is good.
All right.
Sarath's good.
All right.
Hemby's good.
Yep.
Black's good. Mendoza's good. Everybody is ready.
And Charlie Becker, who has made his voice known.
Yeah.
He's there too.
Yep. And then Kowski, the tight end.
Nowakowski.
Yes, Nowakowski. He's good as well. Everybody is good and prime condition, ready to go. So spread the ball around. There's no reason you should not be spreading the ball. Everybody is such a good player on this team, no matter what the stars or ratings tell you.
Yeah, I'm going to say take a lesson from what Oklahoma did at the beginning of the game. Jump out to an early lead and bury them. Don't let them get back in the game like they did. I think that if IU can jump out to an early lead, I think they have what it takes to keep Alabama out of the game, you would look at it, and Oklahoma has a better defense because they're in the better conference. But as we've been saying, we don't agree with that. And so I think that IU has the better defense to play from ahead. If you don't believe me, look at all of the season. They have played with the lead almost the entire season, and except for a few times, and then their offense has been able to bail them out late in games. Iowa, Penn State.
Ohio State.
Ohio State, yes.
The defense won in that game, but you have to get out to that lead.
Yeah.
And you were losing, so.
Right. Yeah. So jump out early and keep them in the rear view.
Yes. Well, I agree with that. I do believe it will be a close game.
Okay.
And my biggest thing whenever it comes to close game, beside running the ball and being able to maintain clock control, is the battle of the trenches.
Okay.
Defensive line versus offensive line on both sides. These are both great lines. In my opinion, Indiana has the best defensive line in the league.
Yeah.
League, college football, my bad. So I believe that Indiana will win this area of it, and I think that's why they'll win the game.
All right. I think, speaking of close games, that I think that the close game, unlike I said earlier against Ohio State, I think that a close game actually favors Alabama because of their experience, in history, and even what we saw them do and come back against Oklahoma and win that close game at the end. So I think the close game actually favors Alabama, and so that's why I think you need the that lead thing. What do you think? Close game. You said it's going to be close, so
I think IU actually has the close game. I think this season alone, IU is more battle tested in closer games.
Oh.
Maybe not against teams. I think Alabama may have had a harder schedule than IU did for sure, but I think that IU is more battle tested in those closer games, because if you look at who they played in the close games, the closest ones were Oregon, who's number 5 in the playoffs, and they beat them by 10 in Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
Penn State, who was a preseason top 2,
and was playing more like it, even though they had the dip in the season. They were playing more like it. Yep.
Iowa, who was top 20 ranked by the end of the season, and the number 2 seed in Ohio State. So you just take those 4 games alone. That's very battle tested against 4 hard teams to play against, hard Big Ten teams that we talk about being the best conference. So like you play against 4 of those, and that's especially in a college football schedule where people nowadays are just scheduling the easiest opponents until conference. Is definitely like, because the out of conference stuff doesn't really favor you that much at all in the long run. So you just schedule easy stuff. So in modern days, with that being the case, the battle tested against your conference is way more important than anything else, in my opinion.
And I want to speak on that you just talked about, the conference, out of conference, strength of schedule. We've said all season long, the Big Ten is better than the SEC. And I don't know that the Big Ten is better top to bottom, but the upper echelon is better in the Big Ten than it is in the SEC. Mm-hmm. And the defense from the SEC will be the history, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about right now. And therefore, the name of the SEC and all the teams of the SEC get this laud and this elevation as the SEC. And so, but then they just beat up on each other, but say, well, we're the better conference. So we're beating up on each other. So it's unfair because we have a better conference. Who says that? Who can prove that? Because your out of conference schedule is bad. And so the only way to see if this is true is to have a Big Ten team and an SEC team play each other.
Yep.
Guess what? That's going to happen. And that's the only game it's going to happen in this week. We'll see if it happens moving forward, which it could. But right now, the SEC is not doing good in bowl games.
It's true.
They're 2-5,
2-5, 4-5, one of those,
something like that.
and one of those 2 wins is against.
Right.
It's just 2 SEC teams playing each other.
And it's happening again this weekend with Ole Miss and Georgia. Once again, they get in because of the name on the front of the jersey.
Yep.
And we don't think that it means anything, but we'll see.
We shall see. Yeah.
Anything else from you?
That's all I got.
Mine is identified defense pre-snap. I think this is the best pre-snap defense that the Hoosiers have faced all season. And so it's going to be very much like playing against their own team in that regard. And so identify that defense pre-snap so you know what play to get into. And that's going to be very important going into this. Yeah. All right, players to watch.
Heisman Doza, after getting announced for the Heisman, see if he stays humble enough and stuff like that, because that can be a problem sometimes.
And Ty Simpson also being a finalist. So this could be the third Heisman finalist or Heisman hopeful. Sorry,
that Fernando
because Dante was in there at some point.
Yep. The 2 running backs as well, because I just think running the ball is such a key factor to this game. Hemby and Black need to be able to run well, do their respective things. On the defensive side, Isaiah Jones has been a beast, and D'Angelo Pons, because they got some real good wide receivers over there at Alabama. So D'Angelo Pons.
Yep. I'm going to put emphasis on Kaelon Black.
Okay.
Those short yardage in the red zone running game is going to be key for him. And then I'm also going to bring up Jonathan Brady in special teams and a potential fill-in kind of backup slot receiver kind of role. I think, he came over from Cal with Fernando Mendoza. And so I think he will have a special spot at some point in the game, whether that's a kickoff or a punt return or some catch where you didn't realize he was on the field until he's got it.
Yeah.
So I think that is another player to watch.
I like it.
Well, prediction time then.
Yeah.
Who do you think's going to win? What's the score going to be?
I already called IU. I called IU since the beginning of the season. IU, all the way. I will never go against my team, especially if they're doing this good. They're going to move to 14-0. Score said it's going to be close. 20-21.
20-21. All right.
Bama goes for a 2-point and they don't get it.
Ooh, okay. Defense coming up big at the end.
Very, very like IU though.
I am not superstitious. I'm just a little stitious, and I was fully confident. And then I watched Alabama come back against Oklahoma, and that kind of fashion actually watched an entire Alabama game for the first time, and I went, okay. So I'm going to say it's going to be 27-24 Alabama.
Okay.
Now, I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong, and I will be totally rejoicing if I'm wrong. But
yes,
there you go. That is all the time that we have for today, though. We'll be back tomorrow with our unstable Pick 6 NFL predictions for the last week of the season. Then we will have our Keep the Pace weekly update of the Pacers, a Crimson clear out where we look at IU basketball now, and we will finish off the week with our preview of the final Colts game as they head to our neck of the woods in Houston to take on the team from Houston.
Yep. Well, this is Liam.
And this is Kevin.
Reminding you to stay 365 Sports Indiana.
365 Sports